Today, we're going to be talking about how political elections affect the stock market and how you can profit from elections and what to keep an eye out for, especially when it comes around the early November time when elections are rampant. What is up, sausages? It is Money Sausage. Today, we're going to be talking about the effect and the implications that political elections have on the stock market. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into today's video. But before we do that, please hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. It means the world to me and you to be donating to the scholarship fund, not because it costs you anything, just because I'm donating to that scholarship fund on your behalf. And with that being said, let's dive into today's video. So I'm going to be throwing up some graphics and whatnot, but if you haven't seen any of my recent videos about the stock market, what index funds are, or whatever else, the majority of the stock market and the way it's tracked and how everything is performing is through the S&P 500 and NASDAQ. Now, there is other big stocks that also are used to track how the stock market is, but in today's video, that's what we're going to be talking about and how political elections affect those stocks. So we're going to be going back all the way to the elections of the 2018 midterm elections, and that's actually usually when you see the biggest movement between to and from is in the midterm elections, because those actually do have a bigger implication on the economy than most people actually have. Now, who controls the House and the Senate? We're not going to go into all of the politics and all of that stuff because that's not what this channel is all about. But with that being said, in 2018, if you were paying attention with the political elections, the midterms and whatnot, you can see that the House and that political control was flipping in some states. And because of that, the stock market actually fell a little bit. Now, I'm not going to put blame on any political anything, but as a completely unrelated event, the stock market, the S&P 500 and more specifically, fell from $2,800 on November 5th all the way down to $2,700 on November 19th. So that was a massive decrease of roughly $50-ish. Now, but roughly $50. And so that means you're able to buy the stock at a bigger discount. Now, the implications of that stock is, yes, the stock recovered, it jumped back up, and then the stock continued to fall, actually, and it went all the way by January 17th. No, by December 17th of 2018, the stock was all the way down to $2,600. Now, with that being said, there was some fear and uncertainty, but that's what causes the stocks to move in the political arena. It's because of that fear and uncertainty that coincides with the political elections and all of that. That is just a completely unbiased way of putting it forward, is that when there are political elections, there is more uncertainty going into the future. And so the stock market oftentimes reflects that. And the stocks actually do come on a discount. And for even more an example, in November 9th of 2020, this wasn't as big of a correction in the stock market, but November 9th of 2020, the S&P 500 was at a $3,600 price tag, $3,645 to be more exact. And by November 16th, it fell down to $3,628. So yes, not that big of a fall, but it was a roughly $20 discount. So yes, that $20 would just mean that when you dollar cost average, or if you buy into that stock, one, it's on that downturn, and you stay aware with what's going on in the news, you're aware of what the uncertainty around stocks are, you can actually turn a profit. And that's what I'm trying to teach you in today's video is the stock market isn't just the performance of the economy by itself. It also is completely tied into the uncertainty, what's going on around the U.S., if you're investing in the U.S. stock market, or if you're investing in the U.K. stock market, what's going on around the U.K. And if there's uncertainty in some area, it usually does get reflected on the stock market. And that is why when you listen to all the really wealthy people, they always say buy when people are selling and sell when people are buying, because that is when you are going to be that is when you are actually going to be turning the most profit, and you're going to be staying aware. So when the recession started hitting a couple months ago, you saw the big names in the business industry, but also those that are really wealthy, actually buying up more stock as people were selling it off. And that's the general strategy, is they strengthen their positions as a recession goes on because they can get more stock for the dollar, and pretty much the stock is on clearance. And so they keep on strengthening their positioning, meaning their potential for wealth is only exponentially increasing, and they know the stock market will eventually recover. And so they, by strengthening their position, are going to double their, or not double, but they're going to greatly increase their wealth in the next couple of years just by strengthening their position. So with that being said, stay in tune with what's going on in your local news because it may affect your local economy, and stay aware of what's going on in the U.S. if you're investing in the U.S. market, and also what the relations are looking with between the U.S. and other nations, because that also has a major implication on oil and whatever else you may have. So with that being said, do with that information as you will. This is just an example of how, uncertainty around political elections can actually cause a discount to be ran on stocks, and you can strengthen your positions for a lot cheaper and see that potential for wealth grow exponentially. Now, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a like. It would mean the world to me, and you'd be donating to that scholarship fund. Hit that subscribe button so you can stay in the tune, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload. And with that being said, it is Money Sausage signing out. See ya!